Alright guys, Aussie Cossack here. Now this video is banned from everywhere. Banned from YouTube, banned from all social media platforms. It's one of those truth bomb videos. Very, very uncomfortable revelations for NATO, for the Americans, and for the people behind the biolabs in Ukraine. Now the paper trail which we're going to reveal here today leads actually back to Australia. So we've got documents which the Russian military have actually released. So they've captured these documents through the course of their campaign. And they've released these documents. Now, the first document on screen, check it out. This is a document that's addressed to the Victorian Infectious Reference Laboratory, the Doherty Institute. And it's coming from a Ukrainian organization, which is very interesting because it's linked to the Ukrainian government, and it's linked to these biolabs, which are funded by NATO. Now, if you have a look, it actually shows who the document's going to. I have a look on screen now. I'm not going to dox this person, but you can see the details there. There's a phone number. There's an address in Melbourne. Very, very interesting. Please don't harass this person. She's probably a nice lady. Maybe she's not. Who knows? But I'm certainly not doxing her. I'm just giving it, it is what it is. Now, here we go again. The center, the exporter. So what they've done is from Ukraine, from this biological weapons research laboratory, they've actually exported some very suspicious materials. It's called образцы материалов сыворотка крови человека. Криососуда. What does that mean? You don't know? I'm asking my wife. Сывороtka крови. Something to do with blood. So blood samples. Something to do with blood. Some kind of human blood samples. Right? Why would they need them all the way from Ukraine? Obviously, they come from this biolab where they're doing these experiments. Don't forget, the stuff that went down in these biolabs, it's illegal in the West. That's why they opened these biological weapons factories in Ukraine. Now, what's interesting here, guys, is that the person who is the receiver, or the one who's, receiving these samples from Ukrainian biological weapons factories, laboratories, the person's name is Suellen. Suellen Nicholson. There you go. There's her Facebook, right? And look what it says. Look what it says. I'm experienced in leadership, laboratory, and project management, as well as over 30 years of serology experience. I'm a senior medical scientist, heading the infectious diseases serology laboratory, including state HIV reference laboratory, World Health Organization, Western Pacific Regional Reference Laboratory for measles, rubella, and World Health Organization Viral Hepatitis Collaborating Center at the Victorian Infectious Diseases Reference Laboratory at the Doherty Institute. What a mouthful. Now, that's just ringing alarm bells everywhere. I'm no expert in this field, but I can tell you something. Something smells off here. Something is very, very dodgy about what's going on. Now, this person here is in charge of the Doherty Institute. If they've got nothing to hide, come forward and really reveal what you've been doing. Get on the camera and talk about it, Sue Ellen, head of serology for the Victorian Infectious Diseases Reference Laboratory. She reckons that she's been there for 30 years, so she's a very senior member of this laboratory. Now, why would they be accepting samples, human blood samples, from a biological weapons research facility in Ukraine? Now, these facilities, just to update you if you're not aware, have been targeted by the Russian military. This is the target of the Russian campaign. The Russians have knocked them out, and they've captured these laboratories. They're exposing the documents that have been hidden there. And the Russian Minister of Foreign Affairs, Sergei Lavrov, is actually going to make a very important announcement in about 8 hours' time. So stay tuned. I'll bring it to you on the Aussie Cossack Telegram. Subscribe for the latest information. The Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs has also come out and demanded that the Americans give answers. And Victoria Nuland, the American spokesperson for the American government, has confirmed that these biolabs exist. Meanwhile, the mainstream media is trying to deny it, but the cat's out of the bag. Here we find now the truth unraveling. And as Ricardo Bozzi said, Ukraine is the head of the snake. It's not about Russia-Ukraine war. This is about a deeper war between freedom and the deep state. And we're on the right track, guys. I've given you the information. Again, the documents are on the screen. And do your own research. Check it out. Figure out what Sue Ellen Nicholson, head of serology laboratory at the Victorian Infectious Diseases References Laboratory, the Doherty Institute, was doing with these samples from Ukraine. And no doubt, there's no doubt in my mind that that's just a cover, a code, for the export documents. They've just said plasma samples. But what really were there? What were they really getting from these weapons labs? Could it be samples of new viruses, new strains, and so forth? I would not be surprised. Not be surprised at all. There you go, guys. Share this video because it's banned from YouTube. It's not banned from Telegram. It's on Telegram. Forward, download, upload, share to your friends. Thank you for keeping an open mind about the Russia-Ukraine situation. Many of you out there in Australia have actually seen straight through the lies of the mainstream media, and you understand that this isn't as simple as it seems. And I think Vladimir Putin is on the right track. He's taking down the deep state, and let's hope they expose the origins of the viruses, the origins of the man-made COVID virus, and I think the Victorian Infectious Diseases Institute is in big trouble, and they've got a lot to answer for. So Dan Andrews, this facility is probably under your jurisdiction. You're in trouble, mate, and you're all in trouble because the truth is coming out. The people are starting to take back territory. The mainstream media, shame on you for not exposing this. It's independent journalists like us that are forced to expose this and get out there on our channels, and we're fighting censorship. This is always being censored. Any information of this nature is being censored. And there's nothing fake here. There's no fake news. The documents are on screen. I've literally just read the documents out for you. Decide for yourself what is actually going on. But I can tell you one thing. I wouldn't trust these World Health Organizations and Doherty Institutes as far as I could throw them. Aussie Cossack signing out.